part 2 of the Cadillac Coupe de Ville. 106 degrees outside, and this car just keeps giving and giving. On to the next issue, and that is removing the seat, because it's the only way the console, since it's built as one piece, which is not the correct way to do it. If you're ever to build one of these, you usually want to do like a cut line right here and make it 2 separate pieces so it can actually be taken out without the whole interior having to be removed. Issue with these seats is that's bolted from the bottom. Along with the theme of not making this car serviceable, the bolts are right there. But you see the problem with getting to the one on that side? See, I can get to 3 of them. But number 4, that's gonna be cute. We'll get this removed and then we can begin the nightmare of identifying and cutting all the wiring and figuring out a way to make this a serviceable center console that can be removed. Can someone explain to me the logic of using JB Weld to hold this vent to this T-duct?
What the fuck is that?
That is insane, guys. Hell, throw a zip tie on it. JB welding it is absolutely insane. All right, so now with all the lines cut and got the pieces out, here's the radio section that they had. And what made this suck so bad, the HVAC, is this solid line here. It's a sealed tube. It's got liquid inside of it. This runs up behind the dash and has to go into like the air box up against the coil fins. If you bend it or break it or cut it, it's ruined. These are the 3 new plugs that will actually allow you to unplug at the car and remove this section. I've been calling this a 53 Cadillac, and I'm not quite sure why. I think it's because of the truck that I just did for him. That blue truck, it was a 53. This is a 57. So for all the people that have been screaming at my videos or my Facebook or YouTube or anything when I talk about this car, I apologize. And I have the console on its side in here. So now what we need to do is, these are the interior lights. We've got a cigarette lighter charger in the console there. We've got USB charger. And this is the wire that's supposed to control the trunk pop. There's a button in there. It no longer worked because I found the wire had actually caught on fire and burned. Luckily, it happened on top of the transmission hump on the sound deadening aluminum and not on the carpet. There was one 20 gauge wire running from the trunk feeding all of this. And these are not LED. These are bulbs. These are filament bulbs. So the amount of current being drawn from these bulbs alone, they were building up so much heat. I measured them at like 178 degrees because I burnt my arm when this was on in there, and couldn't figure out why it was so hot. And it's because there was no current, which also led to this thing burning up, which this is a push button that's supposed to pop the trunk. So that doesn't make sense this would burn up, but the trunk does have the motor that draws the lid down. So what I'm assuming is they probably shared the same circuit with the motor that's pulling it down. And when the trunk motor goes, it comes down, that same current was feeding back through to this switch and end up burning up. So we need the diode isolate that. I have way too many plugs and I don't need this many plugs. So I can make this entire console self-contained. All it needs is power and ground, basically from the battery, to energize this stuff. So what I'm gonna do is now take a fuse box. I'm going to cut it in so it's coming through the bottom right there. So I'm gonna cut that little center square out. I'll mount the fuse box upside down, then have a plate on the other side. So basically you can take off the cover and then these will be the fuses for everything that's in the console. That makes it to where I don't need all these plugs because the hots on here are gonna go to the fuse box. I just need to have a main feeder. I gotta come up the ground distro so I can put all the grounds on the distros, and everything will run from there, from the back this way. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and leave enough slack. The only thing I'm gonna need a plug for is the hot feeder coming in, the ground feeder coming in, and the one plug for the trunk. So you'll be able to lift up the console, tilt it back, and then just unplug those and take it out. How are we feeling about that? We all feeling good about it? So gotta do that. Then I also decided I'm going to remove the cigarette lighter plug. The 12-volt little cigarette lighter plug right there. I realize, who uses those? That's so old school. And even if you were to use it, what are you going to plug into it that you can feed out? They didn't leave any kind of openings for wires to come out of here. So you'd be pinching the wiring shut, and it's just dumb. So I'm going to remove it. That's where I'm going to put the USB for the radio. So you're going to have to be able to unplug the USB port, and I'm going to have the bass knob here. So you're going to have to be able to unplug that. So there's still a few little items, but I need to just make everything so that you can get to it and unplug it easily. That's the main thing that's going on here. So I've cut out in there. I'll have a lid, obviously, that will go over top of that fuse box, and it'll be labeled fuse. But I had to fabricate that thing so that it would sit, because you can't have it go all the way through, or then the fuses would be higher than the floor, and if you put something in there. So I've got this all molded out of plastic. This big chunk here, this is actually what will screw into the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and epoxy that tonight. That is a ground plate, so solid piece of steel, got threads on both ends. Main ground will come in here, then all these grounds are going to grab there. That'll basically act as my distro for the grounds. And then we'll have a main line coming in here, and then on the back side over here we'll put some plugs. And then I will do like a either an NFC tag or one of those old codes you can scan with your phone that'll actually tell you the steps of how to remove this. So if you're working on this car and you need to know what to do, it'll basically tell you, to just lift up. You'll be able to unplug it and then remove this completely. So with 2 plugs and a USB port and the controller. So if you unplug those 2 items here, and then there'll be 2 plugs back here, this whole thing will be able to be removed, and not like before, the nightmare that I had. So I think I'm going to call it a day, but I already flipped this over, so really don't want to flip it back over. But basically, this is all the wiring in the front. That's the USB to the radio, and that is the trunk pop. So if you compare that to the nightmare that was there before, that's it. And in the back, there is a 8-gauge power and ground that's going to feed back to the trunk. And then we added another USB. We took out the cigarette lighter plug and added the USB right there.